you're going to build a house, you don't just grab some tools and some bricks and some wood and start building a house, unless you want the house to fall down. First you need blueprints, the architectural plans you're going to follow to build the house. The same thing goes when it comes to writing a book. You need a plan, a blueprint, a roadmap, or at least a crystal ball or a really good psychic. Now I know telling you need to write an outline first makes me sound like an Army drill sergeant, or that English teacher you had in junior high school who forced you to make index cards, or your dentist telling you need to floss your teeth. But here's the beauty of what I'm telling you. If you sit down for 2 or 3 weeks and create a solid outline, developing the entire plot up front, putting together all the pieces of the puzzle, then you'll know before you start writing whether your story is going to work. And you'll have a lot more fun writing the book, because at that point the book basically writes itself while you're taking a nap or a vacation in the Bahamas. Otherwise, you'll be plotting the novel as you go, which is like going on a road trip for 6 months without making any hotel reservations. Exciting, sure, but you're going to end up sleeping in your car in the parking lot of a Motel 6 with the neon no vacancy light flashing in your eyes all night until a cop knocks at the window of your car, and the next thing you know, you're locked in a jail cell with a big burly guy named Vinny who wants to show you his huge tattoo of his mother. But at least now, you've got a plot. Without an outline, you're going to be writing a book for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, up to a year, plotting as you go. And you're not going to figure out until the end, after all that work, that the plot doesn't work at all, and there's all sorts of holes and flaws and discrepancies, and your middle grade novel makes about as much sense as the instruction manual on how to assemble a bunk bed from IKEA. So I'm going to show you how easy and how much fun it is to outline and plot a middle grade novel, compared to working in a coal mine. But before you start the outline, the first thing you're going to need is a really strong creative idea. An idea with a great hook, with an incredible twist, something that you love, something that you're really passionate about. Because if you're not passionate about the premise, it's going to be really difficult to sit down and write the book for several months. The world is your oyster. If you hate oysters, don't spend 6 months writing about them. Choose something else, like clams, for instance. But seriously, write about something that excites you, but not too much. No publisher is going to buy 50 Shades of Harry Potter. Once you've got the big idea, divide the book up into 60 chapters. But Joey, I want to write a middle grade novel, not Great Expectations, not Crime and Punishment. I know 60 chapters sounds like a lot for a middle grade novel, but these are very short chapters. In the actual printed book, they're like 2 or 3 pages. Typewritten, 3 or 4 pages. Like a scene from a movie. Very short with a cliffhanger ending, so the reader feels compelled to turn the page and read the next chapter. You want each chapter to be like a Lay's potato chip, so no one can read just one. Now you divide the 60 chapters into 3 sections: beginning, middle, and end. The beginning is the first 25% of the book, the first 15 chapters. It's the setup, where you introduce the protagonist, your hero's goal, the main characters, the antagonist, the conflict. The middle is the next 50% of the book, 30 chapters, where most of the adventure takes place. The end is the last 25% of the book, the last 15 chapters, the resolution, the climax, how everything ties together. You're like a bartender mixing a rum coke. First you add a shot of rum, then you fill the glass with ice, then you add the Coca-Cola. Yes, I'm talking about children's books, and no, I am not encouraging you to give an 8-year-old Coca-Cola. So now you've got 15 chapters, 30 chapters, 15 chapters. Now none of this is written in stone. Concrete, but definitely not stone. You might find your story works better with 10 chapters for the beginning, 40 chapters for the middle, and 10 chapters for the end. I'm just giving you a general guide. Some people like more rum, some people like less ice, some people like more Coke. Not that Coke. You're laughing a little too hard. Now when you're putting together the outline, you're also going to be weaving together at the exact same time the character development, the subplots, the theme, the message of the book. Now this doesn't mean you're married to the outline. When you sit down to write the book, magic things will happen while you're writing that you'll add to the story. Jokes, clever wordplay, witty metaphors, unexpected twists and turns. Who knows? Maybe even a sentence that ends in a preposition. Of course, there are a lot of writers who think they can just start writing a book and create the characters on the page, and the characters will have a life of their own, and the characters will come up with the story for you. You're going to fail. That's a recipe for total disaster. You'll wind up writing a book more confusing than Finnegan's Wake. You'll be doing 10 million rewrites. The plot's not going to work because you haven't done the hard work first, which is sitting down and forcing yourself, and you do have to force yourself, to develop the plot of the entire book. All I'm saying is, if you're going to go skydiving, you might want to strap on a parachute. What I love about writing middle grade novels is that it allows me to be a kid again. I just tap into me being in 6th grade with all that awe and wonder, and I love getting kids excited about reading by making them laugh out loud. Because if they enjoy what they're reading, they automatically become great readers without even realizing it, because they're having too much fun to notice.